it is what it is. Okay, let's hop in. It's 9:00, which, not bad. Hello, hi, and welcome, crawlers.
Hello, crawlers.
No, I wonder.
Two spinning tails.
I'm gonna try to do Cascadia's tone the whole time, not her voice, obviously. But there's a lot of leg showing.
We'll get more viewers if you show leg to the camera.
Yeah, and I'll get more fights with my husband.
Sacrifices must be made.
Sacrifices must be made. Hello, hi, and welcome, background characters, to another episode of Spinning Tales, a podcast. Maybe I'm going into drunk Cascadia now. A place where we acknowledge. What do we acknowledge? I'm so lost in the sauce.
All amalgamations of stories still being told.
That one. And
do our very best to draw out the storyteller in each of us.
Now get in there and write. I'm your host, Jess, and I'm joined by this cute woman. Her name is Britt.
Hi.
I forgot to wear my ring again.
You're a bad wife. Ow, that's not even the right finger to flick.
I just wanted to flick you.
Yeah, I also
You never do.
No, jewelry bothers me.
Oh, that's fair.
I've got some sensory things going on.
Yeah.
And then I had it on a necklace, but then my skin gets sensitive here, and then like my skin stopped being like it healed, and then the necklace was tangled, and I was like, well I guess that's gone forever.
Yep.
It's sad. My husband wears his all the time.
Me and my husband barely wear our rings. We only really wear them when we go out of the house.
Yeah.
And still we don't do that. Sometimes we'll be like, oop, guess we're not married today. We're just a couple. Or one of us will wear the ring. It's most likely him, and I'll be like, somebody's stepping out on their wife. I don't have a ring, but he does. Saucy. Just kidding. Cheating's not funny. I mean, I guess if you like to role play that, fine. But
don't actually do it. There are some social conventions, most of them that are just made up.
Yeah.
Just made up.
Yeah.
And it doesn't actually point to morality or whatever the case may be, right? My husband's not worried about me cheating on him because I am incredibly picky. There could only be one. There's only one. He won't
Fair.
no worries, no jealousy at all.
Yeah.
So the fact that I'm like, oh man, I don't know, my finger, it feels funny on my finger today. He's like, I don't.
Yeah. My husband's not worried because he knows I hate people. So he's like, honestly, kind of weird that I'm here.
You're definitely not gonna put up with another one. Like, how did I end up in this situation? I told myself I was never going to be married. And
the couch of wrong people. High five.
Hooray. And, well, here's the thing. I'm having a great time. There was a quote, and it was like, no, I hate men. Not mine. I quite enjoy mine.
Real.
Mine's a good one. Yeah. Okay. Clearly, you have been intaking Dungeon Crawler Carl.
Yeah.
At a high speed pace.
Yeah. Is that surprising in nature?
No, it's just I thought that there would be more moderation because you were reading with two other people, and like at least one of those other people is generally good at moderation, and it got her too. You guys are just monsters right now.
I think it's so funny. FA literally messaged me the other day. He's like, are you starting another book without me? How far ahead are you? And I was like, okay, first of all, don't shame me. Second of all, yes. I will
say. Is it shaming if it's true?
I was like, have I ever done this to you? Yes. Would you like me the screenshots of you yelling at me first? No, it's fine. It's fine. Shut up. Anyway, I was on I was on a trip this last week, and I realized something that I said in, I think it was the last recording, where I was just like, oh, I finished that book in amount of time. It was like, it was an 11-hour book, and I was like, oh, I realized because of the speed at which it adjusted it, and I was like, it was actually a 28-hour
No,
book,
I caught that.
and I definitely finished it under 11 hours.
Yeah.
Because I changed the speed often.
So it's funny because I didn't catch that until I was listening back, right? But I was like, she doesn't even.
Yep.
I don't understand how you're listening to this book at times 2 speed.
I couldn't. Anytime I start a new book, it doesn't hold my like
attention.
No, it doesn't hold my like preference for speeding. And so book will open, and it's like Dungeon Crawler Carl. I was like, who is this zombie? Get it up. Like, what are we doing? Look, I've said it on my podcast. I've said it to multiple friends who are both teachers and mental health professionals. I can't hear what you're saying if you are going that slow. I can't do it.
I just think that Dungeon Crawler Carl isn't that slow. Like, there's some characters who speak slow, and
Oh yeah, like even at 1.5, that turtle, I was like, why did we give him a monologue, Matthew? He didn't need 3 monologues in book 7. They were long. Yeah,
I understand. I understand the turtle. I understand the turtle, right? But almost everybody else is fine.
Nope.
Okay.
Which is, I mean, here's the thing. Maybe I'll try to listen to it at regular speed, and maybe they are fine. I doubt it. And
how can you enjoy the voice acting as much?
Easy. I mean, like, I enjoy it more. Because when people are when I'm taking something that's talking really slow, my brain is doing something. But then I am also picking out it was like, oh, that was an interesting tone, weird change. Like,
it makes it too fast for you to be distracted by the little things.
Yes. Okay. And then also, like, even when I'm listening to it fast, there are places, and I think some of it is intentional, but lately when the AI descriptions are happening, not necessarily the AI talking, but describing the
voices change.
But it's not the like dramatic one where it's like it's like, oh, he did a different take for that because it's a long thing, and I can hear the take stitched together because of how the mic, I was like, he's moved farther from the mic than he was before. And I do that with all audiobooks. With all audiobooks, I can hear when they like stitch something in because they didn't do it quite right or they missed a line. I can hear it. So when they're doing it's like, I can hear it when he's going fast, and I'm like, that was it. Nope, pay attention, because I will sit there and like be left to gather wool at like, well, exactly what was the difference? Was that closer? Was that farther? At one point, he like, there was a knock on the door, and he like hit the mic to simulate a knock, and I was like, were there better ways to Foley that? Because that was clearly the sound of a styrofoam thing on a mic being tapped. Was a blah blah blah, and my brain will do this.
Interesting.
Like, even when we sat down and you started talking about we had a TikTok going, I was like, I have to turn the TikTok off because I can hear both of you. And no, that, like, I apologize for that because that happens to me all the time. My husband will be playing something and then be trying to talk to me, and I'm like, you don't want to talk to me. Mm-hmm. You just want to irritate me. Here's the thing for me is like, it could be irritating depending on the thing, but I was clearly hearing both things, and I was just like, you were taking spaces and you're talking, so I was fully hearing that, and then I was like commenting on my hair and in my head, and then I was going back to what you were saying, and it was like, I am filling in the spaces where you're talking, not saying that you need to talk faster at all. I'm literally not saying that.
No, I know that you're not saying that, and it's hilarious because everybody else tells me to talk slower.
That's so funny. I think I talk pretty slow.
When you're intentional,
mm-hmm.
you talk slow.
Yeah, when
you want people to hear you and you want them to know that you care, you slow it way down.
And that's how everyone sounds to me all the time.
That must be a nightmare.
I'm sure as I get older, it's because like, as I have been getting older, I've been able to multitask less and less. So I'm like, I'm going to get to a point where it's going to be normal, where it's going to be like, oh, I can only do one thing at a time instead of 6.
Maybe.
Yeah. Or, I'll die before that happens. Looking at you, 48. Just kidding. Please no.
You're dark today.
I was in the sun a lot. Anyway, we should go ahead and jump into.
We should jump in.
Yeah, we should jump into what we were gonna do. I was supposed to get a coin from somewhere. There's one in my car, but I don't want to go for it. Anyway,
we can do a flipper online.
Yeah.
What are we doing today?
Okay, so today we are finishing up our Prophecies and Chosen Ones. I was gonna say the PNC thing again. I was like, what is it actually called?
And even as you say now, I'm like, why does the first thing come to mind dirty? I don't understand.
Puppies and cats? I don't understand. What do you mean? Because that's all I thought.
That's all you said the last time too.
And that's what made it into the edit. So today we're doing part 3, our final part of our Prophecies and Chosen Ones episodes, to close out these stories for the most part. I am looking forward to it, but also not.
I didn't take the time to reread what I had written already.
Yeah.
So I am a little nervous.
Yeah. Yeah, or should we take time again to reread it and then also look at the choices?
We should.
Because last time you only did one of those things.
That's true.
Yeah, so what we're going to do, if you've seen the last 2 episodes, you know we are going to be returning to the world where the hush has taken over and the world where
nothing's happened yet.
You know, it's not that nothing's happened, where there's a villain and a hero who doesn't know they're supposed to have been training to fight a villain.
Potentially. Who knows what's going on out
there? Who
there?
knows? I don't.
Yeah, but it's a pretty normal world.
Yeah, I'm excited about it.
Yeah.
I really enjoy it. I really like yours.
There's no action.
I feel you. Like last time I was like, I really didn't do much in mine. It was just like, we're sitting at a table and talking. So I don't know what this last one is going to be. But I guess I would talk about it a little bit, where it's like, I don't know if this was a full on like novel or novelette, what the vibe would be of it, you know? Like, is it...
It doesn't sound like it's a fist fighty book.
Yeah, it doesn't
but it
seem
sounds
that.
like dystopian things are happening.
Yeah, but also just really like not procedural, but procedural, you know, where it's just kind of like, oh, well, the governments of the world have to figure this out because something. So it's just kind of like we're doing a lot of like, we're in barracks and we're doing, you know, like.
Did you read Project Hail Mary?
No.
Okay, your last one gave me Project Hail Mary vibes.
Oh.
And I liked Project Hail Mary.
You did. You told me you liked it.
I liked it
a lot. It's been doing well in the box office. And I'm not going to say it. It's not up my alley stuff that I enjoy.
Yeah, the movie is good. The movie it's fine, right? And if I had not read the book, I think I would have really enjoyed the movie.
As it goes.
But I loved the book so much. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then, like, a good movie can feel like a terrible movie when it's making alterations to the thing that you love.
That's fair.
So, no, the movie did a good job. It deserves what good things happening in the box office. But the book, I still don't know if you would like it or not, but it gave me those vibes.
Yeah, okay. Interesting.
Book vibes, not movie vibes.
Okay, interesting. I definitely don't mind that as a description. Unfortunately, I don't know how to lean into that because I didn't read it. Yeah. Okay, yeah. I'm excited to see how you're gonna do your last one. Like if we're doing I don't know, it really depends on what you roll, you know, and then what character you decide is holding the flips.
I was thinking about this last night at 3 a.m. While I was sewing stuffed cats. as one does.
As one does.
And I was like, oh man, I want to like think through the story, like what could happen. And I couldn't pull up my thing because hands are busy, right? But I was like, I'm gonna drop that. I'm not even gonna try to think through what the stories are right now because it all depends on the roles.
Yeah.
And I don't want to get too attached to a storyline. Read the choices.
Oh, right. We need
Should I get my laptop and then we can do the clipping?
We had so much energy and now we're like, what are we doing? I'm confusion.
So yeah, this happens after I've been up until the wee hours of the night.
Yeah, I meant to get you like a caffeinated beverage, but I didn't. Because you said you don't usually eat anything until noon, so I was like, I didn't want to.
You saw my Marco Polos at 3:30 in the morning and said, "Oh, she should probably have caffeine."
And then I was like, but she says she isn't doing that.
I would not have said no.
So I said no for you.
Yeah.
This is punishment for staying up when you knew you shouldn't have.
Yeah.
Okay, so Britt got our computer up because we're gonna do a electronic coin flip because I don't want to go get a coin. I also think that we don't need to hide these ones from each other.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you good with that, or would you prefer to hide it?
No, I'm good with that.
Okay. So instead of rolling a d4 like we've been doing for the other ones, we are going to do 2 separate coin flips because we hate our characters and ourselves. We want to bring more damage than we've already brought. So the first coin flip is going to decide for us a thing, and it'll be heads, our character remains the hero, or tails, they become the villain. And we are going to write that.
Who is my main character?
That's why I said you had to decide which character you're going to follow. She doesn't think these things through. I knew what we had put when we did the first one, and I was like, how are we going to do this? I've been ever working towards this.
Why did I do this to myself?
That's a good question, bud.
I'm going to have to flip more coins after this.
I bet you wish.
Oh my god.
We were doing more than 40 minutes. I'm also going to have a problem. Okay, and then after the break, we're going to come by and like see how that went, and we're going to do a second coin flip, and I will tell you what that is when we get to it.
Okay.
Which is going to further Cocker Spaniel things up.
Yeah. Okay, you ready for your flip? Do you want to press the button? Tails.
Okay, so Tails, which was they become the villain.
Oh no.
That's cool. It's fine. I was prepared for this.
Were you?
I prepared for nothing. Let's go. Ooh.
Oh.
They remain the hero. Here's the thing that's really interesting. Had you gotten the other one, you would have just written from the youngest son's point of view.
And that he'd be the villain. But because he is the villain. But so, and I have 3 heroes.
None of them are actually the hero.
None of them are actually the hero.
But they're the hero in your story.
They stay good. Oh, you know, no, I did think this through a little bit the last time we were together.
Okay.
Because if it's the older siblings, right? They could be the hero, meaning purposefully trying to do good, even as they are like facilitating some of their brother's nonsense or trying to love him or whatever the case may be, like allowing evil to happen. They're trying to mitigate that.
Yeah.
Or that's like hero, right? Like I'm doing what I can with what I have based on the information that I have. And then there's the villain route where it's like, no, you know what I've decided? Screw all of it.
Screw you all.
I'm going headlong too, and I'm the villain, and we're gonna take this.
Yeah. It's a family affair.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Okay.
So, we're going to get to our first part of writing. It's going to be seconds for you, and for us, it'll be multiple minutes. I need to turn on my computer because I forgot to do it this morning, so it's going to take a minute. So you can think a little bit before we start our timer, or read your thing.
Oh, yeah, I need to read.
Yay, bye.
Bye.
Oh. Transition. Because I want to cut this in.
It's just dark. There's not a light way to go about this, I think.
You do have the hero scenario, though.
Yeah, but what does the hero have to do? This story is dark.
That's fair.
My little brother is killing people.
Well,
and do I watch him or do I?
Well, that doesn't have to be the villain stuff. I mean, you kind of said that he would, but like he hasn't yet. There's other ways to be a villain. Not in your story.
No, there are other ways to be villains, right? But the prophecies are clear. Blood and tears will be shed until bones run dry.
What if he just starts his period?
He will hurt you and those you love. He will kill people you know and people that you don't.
Yeah, you set yourself up for this. Why did you?
There is nothing you can do to prevent blood from being shed, but you may be able to mitigate its flow. The best I can hope for is making less people die. Who let me write this?
You let you write this. Yeah, that's a good question. I don't know. Mine was pretty ambiguous, and I was like, all right, let's go where we're gonna go. Why'd your prophecy have to have bloodshed in it?
It sounded cool.
Yeah.
It's a really metal. That's a metal prophecy.
It's pretty metal, but who's paying the metal price for it now?
Yeah.
I mean, I'll enjoy it.
I mean, maybe you won't. Maybe I'll just do a terrible job at this last one.
I don't know. I'm looking forward to yours because I'm not excited. I've like painted myself in a corner of what I've decided how they have to find the answers of these questions, and I have to do very quick, very non-thorough research into 4 different countries' cultures.
Oh no.
Yeah, in 40 minutes and write something.
Oh good. Do you want time for You know what we could do? This is fabulous, and I'm not just saying this because I stayed up until 3:30ish in the morning. You should do some research while I take a nap. And then we'll come back and we'll write.
No. Hello. Welcome back to The Problem. We are the problem.
We are the problem. I am a problem.
I'm upset because I spent...
You did 30 minutes of research?
30 minutes researching.
30 minutes of research.
30 minutes of researching.
With
in a 40-minute writing timer.
Yeah.
And I almost was just like, do I even bother trying to put anything into words in 10 minutes? And I mean, I did. And so like I got a little bit. I got like 4 paragraphs that need to be heavily edited. And that was both no fun and fun. Like if we weren't on a timer and that would have been fun. That would have been really fun.
I was ready to keep going. I have not gotten to the point of this particular prompt,
which is a problem for us on this couch. No. But especially right now in this particular one.
Yeah.
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 Yep. So my research was so good and so important. I don't know exactly how I'm going to work some of the things in.
Well, first remind me what 4 countries.
Okay, so the 4 countries that the speakers of the world came from were Ukraine, Bolivia, Bhutan, and Americas.
Okay.
Yeah. Which, Bolivia is in the Americas, but the United States of Americas.
Yeah. Okay.
Because that's where I'm from.
I can speak most confidently
and
from
honestly,
where I'm from.
No, I can't.
You can speak more confidently from
more. No, I can speak more confidently from here, but not confident.
Okay, got it. Most confidently, ideally from the place where you were have spent your whole life. Yeah.
So the research was good and interesting. I don't know how I'm gonna make it in, because even as I'm writing, I'm like making some decisions that are like, okay, so we're gonna do this, and we still have a coin flip to do. So
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I was supposed to write one of my characters remaining the hero. And I had decided that I was not going to
follow the prompt.
That I didn't decide that just happened. But I was like, I when I started, I was like, I'm going to try to write this from Grayson, right? Like Grayson, I have a plan for how he aided the hero, and so he like remains the hero because he did his part to help and end the reign of terror, or whatever the case may be. But I was having trouble finding where it was, so I like needed some background. So I started writing from Fiona's perspective,
right?
and I just have a lot of feelings for Fiona on the page.
I love that you're there. I like hate it because that's like, I don't think a thing that every writer suffers from, but it's definitely possibly something that I've rubbed off on you when you're like, just tell the story. Like, no, you need context. And that's why we never get to the point where it's like, oh, I'm supposed to write this. But for you, this to make sense, let's go back 16 months.
Yeah. 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 So this is, I think where I'm writing is a couple of years from the actual end of what this story would be if it was like a novel, right? But it is the end phase of this story.
Yeah. I think it really depends on what we roll next or what we flip next to decide, like, I've got an answer for both, you know? So, and it's really taken, it's not super different from where I thought I was like last week or last time when we did this. I was like, okay, I have kind of a direction depending on what I flip. And I was like, it's not that it's not in that direction anymore. It's just that it went to a farther door down the hallway. You know?
Okay. Okay.
I said turn left, third door on the left, and they turned left and went to the sixth door on the right. It was like you went in the right direction.
It was the right direction.
You overshot.
I'm excited to read this.
I'm not. Even though you're like, we're just gonna I was like, I'm going to need editing time. Like, I'm gonna put another 40 minutes on that clock.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna need it, and then another 10 minutes for editing.
Okay.
Okay. Let's flip, because it seems like you got to get back to your girl Fiona.
Yeah. So here's the thing: is I need to write Fiona, but like it's necessary for me to write some of these other POVs.
Yeah. You really did bite off a big old cookie.
Okay, do you want to flip first?
You flip first this time.
Tell the people the
Yeah. I was pulling them up. Okay, so we're flipping again. So like we said, the first time we flipped, it was for they remain the hero, and they become the villain. Yeah. She got the hero scenario, I got the villain scenario. Now we're gonna flip again. Heads, they are widely loved. Tails, they are widely hated.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm going?
Yep. Oh.
Heads.
They are widely loved.
They are widely loved. Okay. That makes my tail a little less dark.
Oh,
well, that makes sense.
They are widely hated. You know, you could have a villain that is loved for the sacrifices that they made.
Yeah. You can have there's shadow villains, you know what I'm saying? Like I was pretending to be a good guy, but I'm actually a bad guy, and everybody loves me because they think I'm a good guy. You didn't like that option.
It's fine. I think the thing that's going to be interesting is that I don't know, right? Like widely means mostly everyone.
Like, not everybody's gonna.
Even where I know this is going, I don't know that I would hate them for the thing that they're going to do. But I wouldn't. I guess I'll talk about it when we talk about it, because I'm like, sometimes you have a hard choice and a harder choice, and it doesn't matter what you choose. You know?
Yeah, no. There's bad either way.
Yeah.
And you're trying to choose between the lesser of two evils.
Yeah. But they're still both evil.
They're still both evil, and people are going to hate you no matter what you choose.
Yep.
You can't make everybody happy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then the question is like, I can make more people happy doing this, but can I live with myself? So I don't know that, but like the narrative is going to be like they are hated for this, and they are seen as a villain. Whereas it could have been like, I had to make a hard choice or a hard choice, and I made a hard choice. And it could be like, you are the villain for doing this, but we love you for the fact that you had to do this, you know?
Yeah.
Kind of thing, which I was like, that's a little bit more like softening to my heart. But that's not what we flipped.
The sacrifice that you made.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
My poor little girl. All right, that's fine. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Is it what?
Is it fine? It's not fine.
It might be. I haven't written it yet, so.
Yeah. I don't know. It just seems like we're hurting ourselves for no reason.
Is that a spider or a fly? I mean, it's on the outside.
It's a spider.
It does look like spider legs, but it could be visceral wings behind it.
I don't. It's a spider.
All right, we'll be back.
It's on the outside of the window, so we don't have to worry about the death that it wants to bring us.
Wait, now it's starting to look a little bit like a baby scorpion. All right, guys, we'll be back. Hi. Yeah, so I may have brought us back mid-talk because we were talking about stuff. This was extremely difficult. And I did not get on the page the last bit, but I can tell you how this ends.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's exciting.
Yeah.
We're going to get some answers today?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it could be.
Yeah.
It's not, because she's the villain and she's hated for it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. There's a lot of parts of mine that I feel like are not well written because I had to gloss over it because I'm like, I gotta skip over some good bits to get to other good bits, and then I have to skip over good bits to write the bits that are stuck in my head.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's basically what it is. I want you guys to know, both of us are like so ready to be done with this. We're tired. She came tired. I
grew tired.
I grew tired because there's a lot of stuff that had to happen. But I think we'll just jump in. Do you want me to go first, or you want you to go first so you can be done?
I want you to go first.
Okay. So I did 30 minutes of research and 40 minutes of writing. So, which is not the best look for Jessica. Not the research, but the
writing.
The writing. She needs more time for edit and stuff. So we've got a lot that I'm gonna read some, and then there's gonna be stuff where I'm just gonna be like, and here's the rest of the story, the oral history of this awful thing. Okay, so if we remember last time, if we don't, go watch those videos. They're linked there in the downstairs square. But basically, nobody in the world can speak anymore except for 4 people who are a question every day, and they need to answer these questions, which they find out in sequential order on any day. It doesn't matter. They just need to all have their answers spoken on the days. Blah, blah, blah. That's what we found out.
Yeah.
Okay. So here we go. And our main character, our hero, our villain, is which I didn't put a race before, but a black deaf girl from the States.
Okay.
All right, here we go. I had finally figured out the answer to my question, and it made me sick. Or rather, the answers. The choice. Sonam, stumbling on his answer of Merit and Polly, had come to him after a year of self-imposed silence and learning and meditation. But that had given the rest of us a direction we had not had before. We had first focused all of our energy on Buddhism, trying to find our answers there. But it was Zoe that suggested that we should look beyond that and into stories in our own cultures that paralleled Sonam's answers about good and evil, about justice. For Kosa's question, what call drew us home, the answer he found came from stories of Dolia and Nodolia, spirits that represented the two sides of fate in some Ukrainian folklores. One day, at one of the mandatory morning conferences, he had answered the unmatched weight of luck and misfortune. We had all watched in wonder as he glowed with light. Color clung to his skin as if he were painted with glow-in-the-dark paint, but the lights in the room were bright, and the color was a deeply burnt orange. We'd only ever seen that happen with Sonam at this point. It was the visual representation of speaking the correct answer. Sonam had said that there was also a feeling of a loosened relief that flowed through him each time he said the right answer. Kos confirmed the feeling as he celebrated, finally finishing his task of research. The next few days, there was a renewed urgency in the research and energy as Zoe and I were pushed to find our own answers. Zoe found hers in only days, answering her question of by what name had we been brought by with the Ekeko, some god of luck and misfortune, and receiving her own orange-hued glow. And then it had just been me. For the last 7 months, I was the only person still stumped. Me and my whole team of researchers reassigned specifically for my dilemma. But it was so much harder for me. The Americas had so many mythos and legends. Which one was I supposed to choose? One of the Native American ones? A Creole one? Something from the Appalachians? And on top of that, I needed to speak the words out loud for it to work. Or so I had thought that a few weeks ago. We had stopped having daily morning conferences, dropping them down to every third day unless I intentionally called one. But one morning I was up and the question was asked as usual, and I signed the answer casually. I could barely breathe in the next few seconds as I stared at my glowing fingers. I jumped up quickly and excitedly, but I was alone in my room and there was no one to celebrate my breakthrough with. After about half a minute, I shook myself out of my excitement and reminded myself of the protocol. When we had the right answer, we were supposed to follow it up with a wrong answer to clear the glow, and then answer it again just to be sure the answer was right. I signed another name from a different legend. The glowing did not abate. I did another, and it still did not go away. And then another, and another. Then my own name. Koses, Zos, Sonams. My handlers. My parents. I signed name after name until my minute of answering passed, and then the glowing went away by itself. For a while, I sat alone in my room, confused. I wanted to get some outside thoughts, but something in me told me I needed to figure it out myself. And when realization came, horror followed swiftly at its heels.
Does she have to say everybody's name in the world?
No.
What happened?
Why did you think that's where I finished? I have more.
Oh, okay.
No, it's fine. I won't read it. So, no. So that is the end. Okay. The next part, which I was trying to get to, like, I had to do so much research to get all these different myths that aligned.
Yeah. I'm like, how did you figure out did you change your questions that were asked?
I only slightly adjusted one. And I just changed the tense of one question.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Thanks. Crazy.
Yeah, we didn't know where this was going. So basically,
your hair still looks good, by the way.
Thank you. So she goes and does a little bit more research on her own, to figure it. And what she figures out is that the answers that everyone has found to their questions are the right answers, but not the most right answers, but they work because they are in the theme, right? And where she goes through, and I actually wrote this down, she was saying the truest answers that she found was, what call drew us home? And the answer is the outcry for justice. By what name were we brought here again? The answer is the many. The what compels us to mercy? The broken. What vessel of the wickering? Well, what is the vessel of the wickering tongue? And the answer is any name will do. And so she figures this out more or less, in the book that I'm never gonna write, and realizes that it is a spirit of justice that's coming over the world because of the injustice that is done. How Sunam would see it is a karmic imbalance. Oh. There is not enough. It is not weighed equally, and all of these things, all of the things that in the different cultures, they come out more or less when it is not equal. It is a way to balance, right? And so she has to figure out, and she does, right, that like if she answers this and she goes back, maybe finds like histories of like, oh, there's some things where you can see these have happened before. If she answers whatever she answers is going to be the vessel that comes and brings that balance, for better or worse.
So she would have to pick a person, and the spirit would come into that person and killing that person, I'm assuming.
and possibly many, many more to make a balance, right? And then it's not just, oh, a person. If you name a god comes down. But it comes down in the area you're calling it from. So where would you like this to start from? Because, I mean, if you guys get your act cleaned up before the god comes for you, you'll probably be fine. And so the choice...
Like, if you share that with the world, will they believe you?
Yeah, you know, it doesn't...
What will they say is the balance of justice? Do you know?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
What is justice going to look like?
Yeah.
How many people have to die? Do they have to die?
I was playing with the, like, idea of, like, her trying to figure out, like, what is the... Because I know that if I figuring out, like, if I name a person... they will die for this cause, and I don't know what the thing will do in them as they move forward and have to do this. If I name a god or a being from a folklore or something like that, what is their story? What are they known for? Are they known for more like blah, blah, blah? And I had her playing around with, should I just say Jesus Christ and start the end of the world? Like Christian end of the world, you know? And it's just kind of like, okay,
depending on your interpretation of the Bible, that might be excellent for everybody.
Yep.
And it might be terrible
for
everybody.
And that's also why she's like, what's the right answer, right? So where she falls, right, in the end of this is a question of, she pretends she never knows, and the whole world must suffer in silence forever. Probably until she dies.
Yeah.
So that another person will have the question and they will need to answer. Or she chooses to give everyone their voice back, but in doing so wreaks
havoc potentially on the world. That's amazing. That's amazing. I, funnily enough, don't have a lot of questions.
Oh, yay. Because I told you the end.
Because you told me the end. And, like, the answer is, like, the end is we don't know.
The end is we don't know. I was like, if I wrote this book, would I have her choose to say a name?
I like this open-ended.
Which is a thing you never say about my stuff. I also like my stuff open-ended, all of it.
You're wrong about all the other ones. You're wrong about all of the other ones. This one is good because it provokes thought. Right? What is better? You know?
Yeah.
And the other ones just provoke trauma.
Yeah. So I guess, like, she is the villain no matter what she does. She will either destroy the world or keep the world in silence. And no matter what she chooses, like, why aren't you picking the answer? Why aren't you da-da-da-da? She will never be good.
Yeah.
Because she is either holding the secret, even if she tells people. Like, okay, so now the world is fighting about who deserves, you know, for this havoc to come.
And then which god should come down or which person should
Because
die.
I think the character knows enough about love and hate, sorry, Robert Frost, that it's like, I'm not going to tell the world this and expect them to be like, oh, we'll just clean up our act and maybe that'll be fine. Let's just take a couple years to, you know, stop the genocide, widespread oppression,
marginalized groups,
famine, manufactured famines, and the world's not going to clean itself up. So what's the point of me saying anything? Yeah.
Dang, dude. Dang. That's cray.
That's what happens when you research.
Good. I liked that. I liked the way that it came together. I was wow.
You're like, what are the answers to the questions last time? I was like, I don't know, bro.
Yeah.
I just made these questions up, and now it's like, well, I gotta find an answer. Something that works for all of them.
And from different cultures. And you did that in 30 minutes of research.
God, it was so hard.
Impressive.
It's also possibly wrong. So, like, if anyone looks at this and they're like, that is not what
it was. That 30 minutes.
It was.
And you know,
I said it on the top of it. I was like, this was fast and dirty.
And don't come for us for the pronunciation.
Oh yeah, all of it was bad. I didn't even go back because I was like, I think her name's Alema, his is Costa. I was like, I am not gonna look up their names. They are going by nicknames.
Fair enough. Yeah. Thanks for sharing.
Thanks. You're welcome. All right, let's hear yours.
I thought we were done.
Oh, we can be. I'm ready for poke.
I already read. And then you read.
Yeah.
And then
yeah, I cut that, guys. I cut her reading.
If you guys, as a quick reminder of what happened in mine, in the first part, a prophecy is given to a mom. She has 2 children and one on the way, and the prophecy says, your child will save us from great evil. And then in the second story, the mom is trying really hard to make sure that her kids are prepared to face a great evil. And the oldest 2 children, in the first one, when the mom got the prophecy, like a crow came down, was like, hey, here's this thing, and then left. In the second one, a woman walks up to the first 2 children, the oldest 2 children, and has a conversation with them, and tells them that their little brother is going to be a great villain and cause great harm. The first prophecy was a lie. Not a lie, but a mistake.
Yeah.
It was given to the wrong person. This second one is true and intentional, and they have a continuing relationship with the lady who gave it to them.
Yeah.
In the second story, Grayson is the oldest. He was 14. Heather was 11. Isaac was 6. I don't know how old their mom, Fiona, is, but decades have passed.
Oof, decades. Let's go.
Decades have passed. Fiona lay on her plush daybed, fingers stroking the velvet material mindlessly. The dark material became spotted with drops of water. She was weeping again. It was her normal state these days. Hot anger rolled through her. Should she be allowed to cry? This was her fault. She had been so blinded, so sure, so singularly focused that she had allowed things to spiral so far. During the first war her son had started, Fiona had cried because of the burden Isaac had to hold on his shoulders. She knew that it had to hurt him to be the cause of such pain, but it must have been necessary. He had to make hard choices to prevent more pain from being caused. She had been sad for him, but also proud. Proud of Isaac for making the hard decisions and for choosing to lead. She was proud of Grayson and Heather for supporting him so well. In the early days, they had ridden into battle together, and she cried because of what might happen to her children while they were away. She had rejoiced inwardly when Isaac had taken a step back from leading his armies from the front, and when Heather and Grayson had taken charge of training generals and troops. When it happened, she knew it was selfish for her to only think of her children. But Isaac was the hero we needed, too valuable to be lost, and his siblings were the support that he needed. The sacrifices of others would be for a good cause in the end. She felt proud of the accommodations her family was able to live in. It had been gifts from the people. The luxurious furniture, personal chefs, an army of household aides who catered to their every whim. It made sense. Her children were busy. They needed support and should not be bothered with things as trivial as cooking. And why shouldn't she and her husband enjoy the fruits of their labor? They had sacrificed much to raise the children who would save the world. And now she could rest easy and weather the storm with her meals cooked for her. Her family deserved this. After the fourth country was liberated, Fiona felt uneasy. He was the hero, was he not? This must be necessary. That was her excuse for every questionable decision he made. After the fifth, she was concerned. The liberated countries were not in better positions than when Isaac's campaign had begun. What evil was he stopping that could be worse than what he had already brought? After the sixth, she knew. Isaac enjoyed this. And then she wept because her children were sending the children of other mothers to die and to kill the children of other mothers. They still pretended to be grand, benevolent liberators when she was there. They still ate family dinners. And while there, they would give reports on the good things happening within their sphere of influence. But she knew when they were going to do something particularly heinous or were receiving reports that were not favorable. A serious-looking general would walk into the room, make eye contact with Isaac, and one of the children would say, "Mom, you look tired. Would you like to go get some rest? We'll have tea brought to your room." She knew what that meant. She had learned that it was not a question, it was a dismissal, and she would not be allowed to deny it. Her husband had begun to argue with Isaac more and more, often and loudly. When it got too heated, Isaac would have the guards escort Luttrell to his chambers. My father is becoming more irrational and erratic with age. Please take him away so that he may calm down. 3 months ago, it had finally come to blows. Her husband was taken away, and she had not seen him again. She was weeping again now for her loss of freedom and out of regret for the horror she had helped unleash on the world. Page break. I've given this family a last name.
Yeah.
The Kenyatta family had invested a lot in Kalani. She was among the most skilled, chosen unanimously by Heather and Grayson for extra training and assignment to Isaac's personal home guard. Even Fiona doted on the girl. Isaac was grateful, though confused, when the girl's presence had created such a dramatic shift in his mother, who suddenly had much more energy and seemed to smile genuinely. She had become the regular escort for his mom to her time of rest so that he and his siblings could plan or hear news without upsetting the aging woman. He did not know that Kalani had begun to feed his mother information on rebel status and let slip some of the things that Grayson and Heather did behind the scenes to save lives, previously kept secret from her out of an overabundance of caution. That information returned to Fiona the will to live. Page break. It had been a harrowing battle. Both parties were injured. Grayson looked with pride and horror as Kalani's blade slashed down towards his little brother, who was already cut in several places and was losing blood. It missed being a fatal blow, but the man's sword clattered to the ground with his hand still attached. This was over. Isaac was beaten. Isaac knew it too. He fell to his knees, eyes on the stump at the end of his arm. He looked up, eyes searching. Gray? Hetty? Isaac's eyes found his siblings. Grayson standing tall, holding the hands of his sister and mother. He began to shuffle toward them on his knees. His voice was desperate, and tears and snot ran down his face. Please, Hetty, Gray, please help me. Please save me. Grayson's heart broke at hearing the childhood nicknames. He hesitated, but was pulled along by his mother, and Heather followed them. They knelt with the broken man as his sobs began to soften and his eyes began to close. Please, Mom, it hurts. It seemed she had no more tears to cry. I know, sweetie. Shh. It will stop soon. Done.
Well, you wrote yourself into a corner.
I did, right. I did.
There was no way to not make that impossibly sad.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, there was no way for that to be happy.
I mean, I'm glad I don't have to read a book of this because that would have been really heavy. Like not
the
like
build up to it.
Yeah.
The
I was like,
investment.
I'm glad that we had flashes rather than watching this mother do her best to justify and then not being able to anymore. And then while her husband fought and then was just wow. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And did I cannot save my son, but I will stay here while he's dying.
Yeah.
And the same for my sibling.
Oh,
yep. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yep. Now, I will give you a happy bit of news. The husband's not dead.
I figured he probably wasn't.
Yeah. Grayson and Heather are able to
yeah. He is now the rebel forces.
He helps with the rebel forces. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. How was that? You were we're both done. We're both ready to not be doing this.
This was hard.
Yeah.
This was hard. And then it was tough. I am also glad that this is not a book because we've been reading Dungeon Crawler Carl, right? Yeah. And you get to a certain point and you're like, oh, I'm crying so much. Oh my God.
Where's my hearty heart? Where's my
laughter? Where's my laughter? and then Matt Dinniman is an emotional terrorist.
Yes.
Because the comedic relief starts coming later and later.
Yes.
And you're sitting with more and more pain.
Yeah.
And it's like, hey man, what happened to my funny haha? Look at this guy in his underwear moment. I'm not even thinking. I know he's in his underwear, and I'm not thinking about him in his underwear anymore. You know, and so I feel like this would have been kind of like that.
Yeah.
With the like, but without any of the
the laughter.
The laughter.
None of it. None of it whatsoever.
It's all heavy. All heavy.
Okay. So I want to know. I'm like, okay, we're gonna wrap this up because we both want to eat. And we've been. It's been about 3 hours at this point. I do want to know how you felt about. So this is our long form, right? So we've done one other long form before this, which was the switch, the mood war switch or whatever. Yeah. And I want you to know how you felt about this long form having it split over 3.
I really enjoyed it. Mm-hmm. I think it helped the creative writing process in general, right? And it also helped with the practice. Okay, I'm going to put this down and then I'm going to come back to it and I can like pick up a story and adjust as I go. So like, I think if I was writing a book, like if I was making this book, I would ask for more sessions like this. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I thought it was good. I think everybody should try the exercise.
Yeah. I was thinking, I was like, this is pretty interesting. I think that having written a beginning, middle, and end for this, if I was going to write this, I'd be like, okay, and now I'm going to have sessions that are going to be like, all right, connect beginning to middle.
Right.
So let's go. Right.
And develop this character. Yeah. And develop that character.
And I think that would make it a lot easier to have a whole book where you're like, I'm working towards this point, towards this scene. When I get to this scene, I may need to make edits depending on what my characters have done and stuff, but this is where I'm working towards to this middle, and this is what I'm working towards to this end. Because I was like, even when I was writing, I was like, if this was an actual book, I wouldn't be putting here like the explanation of the glowing or the protocol, or because obviously we've already gone over that in other scenes, so you just know this is what we're doing. But I was like, okay, well, I know that at some point we're going to be at a table and we're going to be discussing like, oh, this is how it came, and so I think it's a pretty good format for setting yourself up.
It honestly feels like when you write your thesis statement or conclusion for an essay, like an academic essay, and it's like, I'm going to tell you what I think, I'm going to tell you how I'm going to tell you what I think, or the things coming, and then I'm going to tell you, like, give it to them and then show them. Yeah. And like, this is like, okay, I know my beginning, middle, and end. Yeah. And now I can go in and fill in because I have the roadmap for me.
Yeah. Would you be interested in doing a 3-parter like this for the Witch and the Warrior?
Yeah.
Obviously not now. Yeah. Nowhere close to now. Months from now. But like, point. I know we had talked about doing long form for that.
I would be really interested in that. I know you were going to show me some of the ways that you like outline the story. Yeah. And that would be cool.
Yeah. My ways are ADHD. Which, you know, maybe we'll look up some like organized ways to do it. Okay. Because as you see, the way I write stories is I put something on the page and I have to justify it later. Well, there's questions. Okay, now I have to ask the questions. Yeah. Okay, well, now I need answers that connect all these questions.
Yeah. I will say I would read a book based on what you wrote for this.
So somebody take it. Write it. Okay, so we're going to close out, but before we do, I do want to say this is going to be our last episode for a little bit. We're taking a bit of a hiatus. This should be coming out at somewhere in August. We will have our next video up in October, and then we will just have our October episodes through December when we close out the season. But, you know, we just decided we would like a break from editing and to work on other projects that won't require us to, you know, record for several hours after sleeping for only 2.
I will say that the only sleeping for a couple hours isn't the mandatory part of this job.
It's not, actually. We have one episode where you're like, I really should get a full night's sleep every time.
I do remember saying that.
Yeah.
I do remember.
Yeah, if only you loved yourself a little bit more. All right, so we're going to be gone now because we've been recording forever. Bye. Goodbye. We're not taking profile pics. We're not taking pics. I'm just doing more fortune cookies. Yeah, I think you can have a theme this.